What happens if small makers stop sharing? Have you ever wondered what happens if the small creators just stop? Not the big channels, not the million subscriber guys. I'm talking about the woodworker building signs in a 2-car garage, the farmer posting what worked this season and what blew up in his face, the mechanic bringing an old truck back to life with just hand tools, the quilter at the kitchen table, the blacksmith, the leather worker, the welder, anyone who still believes making something with your own hands matters. What happens if they all decide nobody's watching, so why bother? I think about that more than you'd guess, because it's brutal out there. You film for hours, you edit for hours, you sweat over a thumbnail that nobody clicks. You hit upload, and you get 83 views, maybe 112, and maybe 300 on a good day. Then YouTube serves you a video titled, "The Algorithm Secret That Gets You 100,000 Subscribers." And you start asking yourself, what am I doing wrong? Wrong question. Try this one instead. Who am I actually making this for? Because it's not the algorithm. It never was. You're making this for the next person who wants to build something. Think about how we used to learn before any of this existed. From our dads, our moms, grandparents, a neighbor who knew his way around a table saw. We learned by ruining a perfectly good board and then doing it again. That knowledge moved to person, hand to hand. Today, YouTube is that neighbor. Your channel might be someone's grandfather, teaching from 500 miles away. Sit with that for a second. You don't know who's on the other side of the screen. A teenager who's never touched a router. A retiree finally building the workshop he dreamed about for 40 years. Or how about a widow who's finishing the projects that her husband never got to? What about a veteran chasing quiet time in the shop instead of the noise in his head? Someone just lonely, and your video's the closest thing to company they've had all day. You'll never know most of their names. Doesn't mean it isn't real. Here's the thing about numbers. Subscribers, views, watch time, sure they matter. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. But they're not the whole story. What if 200 people watch and one of them builds something with their kid for the first time? What if someone fixes a family heirloom because of a technique that you showed, almost as an afterthought? What if someone picks creating back up after years of telling themselves they couldn't? You can't put a number on that, and maybe you're not supposed to. We understand something as makers that most people never stop to think about. A project's value isn't its price tag. It's the story baked into it. Before this was a sign, it was just a board. Then somebody picked it, cut it, shaped it, sanded it, and finished it. And now it means something. People work the same way. Our stories are what make us worth something. So why do so many of us stay quiet about it? I think it's fear, plain and simple. Fear the shop's not clean enough, the camera's not good enough, the voice sounds funny, not enough tools, not enough knowledge. Here's the truth. None of that matters nearly as much as you think. People don't connect with perfect. They connect with real. My favorite thing about this community, everybody's still learning. I've picked up tricks from channels 10 times my size and from ones 1/10 the size. Subscriber count has nothing to do with wisdom. Experience does. Honesty does. Just being willing to say, Here's what I know does. Sometimes the single best tip you'll ever hear comes from somebody with 300 subscribers. Because they're not performing for anybody. They're just trying to help. We need more of that, not less. Now picture it. Every small woodworking channel just disappears tomorrow. Who teaches the little tricks? Who shows you the mistakes before you make it yourself? Who's honest enough to say, that finish was a disaster? Don't do what I did. Those lessons save people real time, real money, real frustration. Same story for farmers, mechanics, gardeners, artists, furniture restorers, knife makers, and quilters. Every maker's got something worth passing on. Every single one. Maybe you're sitting on the idea of starting a channel. Or maybe you've already got one. And you're this close to quitting because the numbers aren't what you hoped. Don't. Somebody out there needs exactly what you know. Not because you're the best at it, but because you're the one saying it. Nobody else explains it your way, solves problems your way, or tells it quite like you do. That's not a weakness. That's the whole advantage. I don't want this channel to just be about woodworking. Yeah, we'll build signs. We'll make sawdust. Try tools that may not work out. We'll mess up a project or two on camera. But I want to build something bigger than that. A place where people aren't scared to create. Where beginners belong. Where mistakes get celebrated. Because that's literally how learning works. Where the story behind the piece matters as much as the piece itself. These projects, they'll wear out eventually. Finish fades, wood cracks, but the story, that outlasts all of it. So here's my challenge to you. Build something, fix something, teach something, share something. Tell your story. Whether 20 people see it or 20,000. You never know whose life you just changed. Maybe your next video doesn't go viral. Maybe it reaches exactly one person. But that one person picks up a tool instead of putting it down for good. That's a win. Thanks for hanging out in the shop with me today. If this hit home, drop a comment and tell me what you create or what you've always wanted to. I want to hear it because the world needs more makers and more people brave enough to share the journey. We'll see you on the next one.